Hello, it's Charlie here. So you got your Tom Gates music book and you're ready to get going. But if you're not sure of your chords, then this is the video for you. In this video, we're going to be looking at all the major chords and all the minor chords you need to play all the songs in your Tom Gates music book on the ukulele. So stay tuned and let's start with the major chords. Okay, let's start with the A major chord. First of all, let's take a look and a listen to the chord. So for this chord, we'll start on the lowest string. I've got my second finger on the second fret on the fourth string. And I've got my first finger on the first fret on the third string. Both strings 2 and 1 are open, and we can strum all the strings for this one. Pick each note individually. Make sure they're all clearly ringing through, and adjust your fingers if any of the notes are buzzing or not ringing through. The next chord is the chord of B flat. This one's a little bit tricky because it's a bar chord, so we're using one finger to cover more than one string. Let's take a look at the chord shape. So for this chord, my first finger is on the first fret, covering both the first and the second strings, so we do need to push quite hard with our thumb on the back of the neck. My second finger is in the second fret on the third string, and my third finger is in the third fret on the fourth string. We can strum all the strings. Again, pick each note individually and make sure they're all clearly ringing through. The C major chord is nice and simple. We basically just have to put our third finger on the third fret on the first string. All the rest of the strings are open, so we can strum all the strings. And it's a nice, simple, easy chord. A good one to start with. Again, pick each note individually. Really, the only note you need to adjust is your third finger, but make sure it's clearly ringing through and not buzzing. Okay, the next chord is the chord of D. This one's a little bit tricky because we have to bunch up 3 fingers all in the second fret, and on a ukulele we have quite small frets. Let's have a listen to the chord. So for this chord, I'm using my second finger on the second fret on the fourth string, and just below that, again on the second fret but on the third string, is my third finger, and my little finger, my fourth finger, is on the second fret on the second string. The first string is being left open. Strum all the strings for this one. Again, pick each note individually and make sure they're all clearly ringing through. If you've got any dead notes, then adjust your fingers. The chord of E is very similar to the chord of D. We basically take our D chord and slide it up 2 frets. You can also put your first finger on the first string on the second fret. Strum all the strings. And again, pick each note individually. Okay, the next chord is the chord of E flat major. Just like the E major chord, but everything is moved down 1 fret. So for this chord, my second finger is in the third fret on the fourth string. Then my third finger is in the third fret on the third string. And my little finger is in the third fret on the second string. My first finger is playing on the first fret on the first string. Strum every string for this one. Pick each note individually. And again, adjust your fingers if any of the notes are buzzing or not ringing through. The next chord is the chord of F. It's quite a simple one, this one. Let's have a look. So for this chord, my second finger is on the second fret on the fourth string, and my first finger is on the second string on the first fret. Both strings 3 and 1 are left open. Strum all the strings. And again, as with the other chords, pick each note individually and adjust your fingers if any of the notes are not ringing through or buzzing. The last chord is the chord of G major. I like this chord, it's nice and simple to play. I call this one G triangle because my fingers make the shape of a triangle. So for this chord, my first finger is playing on the second fret on the third string. My second finger is playing on the second fret on the first string. And my third finger is playing on the third fret on the second string. And we play the fourth string open. Strum all the strings, and again, pick each note individually, make sure they're all ringing through. Okay, so we looked at all the major chords, now it's time to take a look at the minor chords. The good news is, there's only 3 minor chords to learn. Let's start with the A minor chord. This is a nice simple one. We put our second finger on the second fret on the fourth string, and we strum all the strings. As with all the other chords, pick each note individually and make sure everything is ringing through clearly and there's no buzzing. Next up is the chord of D minor. Let's take a look and a listen. So in this chord, my second finger is playing on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. And just underneath that, my third finger is playing on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. And my first finger is playing in the 1st fret on the 2nd string. The 1st string is played open. Pick each note individually, make sure they're all ringing through. The final minor chord is the chord of E minor. Let's have a look. I remember this one because it has this diagonal shape to it. My first finger is playing on the 1st string on the 2nd fret. My second finger is playing on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret. And my third finger is playing on the 3rd string on the 4th fret. The 4th string is played open. As with all the other chords, pick each note individually, make sure all your notes are ringing through clearly. The Tom Gates music book is a fantastic and fun way for you to learn an instrument. It has all your favourite Tom Gates songs on the ukulele, the guitar, the drums, the piano, the recorder and the vocals. You could even take a graded exam. Good luck and have fun.